Hey there, and welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to unlock a really simple tool that will completely level up your writing. Yep, we're talking about conjunctions, and trust me, by the end of this, you'll be wielding them like a true writing superpower.
So, have you ever written something that sounds, well, like this? Kind of short, choppy, maybe a little robotic? The ideas are there, for sure, but they feel disconnected, right? It's a super common thing. But luckily, the fix is actually pretty simple. So that's our big mission today. How do we take these separate thoughts and actually weave them together? How do we make sentences that aren't just correct, but are also strong, smooth, and just better? And that's where the hero of our story comes in, the conjunction. Seriously, think of it as the superglue for your ideas. It's just one little word that builds a logical bridge between your thoughts, and it transforms those choppy little fragments into really sophisticated sentences. All right, here's the game plan. We'll quickly look at why connecting ideas is so important, then we'll meet the two main types of conjunctions. We'll see how they work, put our new knowledge to the test, and then you'll be off with your brand new writing superpower. Sound good? Okay, let's jump in. Okay, first things first, you gotta know that not all conjunctions are created equal. They basically fall into two main teams, and each team has a really specific job. You've got the coordinating team and the subordinating team.
And this slide, wow, it just lays out the key difference perfectly. Think of coordinating conjunctions like a balanced seesaw. They're all about connecting two ideas that have equal weight. But then you've got subordinating conjunctions. They're more like a chain, creating a hierarchy, linking a supporting idea to a main one. Let's see what that actually looks like.
All right, let's zoom in on our first team. This one's all about coordinating, creating that perfect balance. And their whole mission? To create what we call compound sentences. Now, compound sentence might sound a little fancy, but it's really just a sentence that has at least two complete thoughts packed inside. Each part could totally stand on its own as a sentence, but that little coordinating conjunction comes in and marries them together as equal partners.
And here we have a perfect example of that balance. Take a look. Federalists thought one way, boom, that's a complete thought. Anti-Federalists disagreed. Also a complete thought. The coordinating conjunction but just slides right in there and joins them, showing they're two equally important but contrasting ideas.
Now, there are a few others, but honestly, these are the big three you're going to use all the time. And is like a plus sign, just adding one idea to another. But is the contrast king, showing a difference. And or gives you a choice, an alternative. Simple, right? But so powerful. Okay, time to switch gears and check out our second team. This one is all about subordinating, main, and support. And as you can probably guess, their job is to build complex sentences. So unlike a compound sentence with its two equals, a complex sentence has a clear star of the show. It's got one main independent idea, that's the complete thought, and then one or more supporting dependent ideas that, well, they just can't stand on their own. They need that main idea to lean on. Let's check out the example here. The main idea, the real superstar of this sentence, is we will start the project. See? That can stand all by itself. But the first part, when Amelia arrives, that's a supporting detail. It feels incomplete, right? It needs the main clause to make sense. And that word when is our subordinating conjunction connecting that supporting detail to the main event.
And here are just a few members of that subordinating team. You can see right away they build all sorts of relationships. You've got cause and effect with because, you've got conditions with if, and a whole bunch that deal with time like when, before, and after.
All right, you've met both teams, you've seen what they do. I think it's time for a quick challenge to see if you can put these new skills to the test. You ready?
Okay, here's our first sentence. We've got two complete but definitely contrasting ideas. First, my classmate didn't study for the test, and second, she still passed. So, which coordinating conjunction do you think fits best in that blank? We need to connect these two equal ideas. Is it or, but, or nor? Go ahead, take a second. And if you said but, you are spot on. But is perfect here because it really highlights that contrast, right? Not studying, but still passing. Awesome job. Okay, let's try one more. This time, we're looking for a subordinating conjunction. Our main idea is I'll call you, and the supporting idea is I arrive at the station. We just need the right word to link them up.
So what's the best fit here? We want to show the relationship between these two clauses. Is it when, because, or until? What do you think? The answer is when. Yep, this conjunction sets up a perfect time relationship. It tells us the call is going to happen at the exact moment of arrival. If you used because or until, the meaning would be totally different and honestly kind of weird in this sense. And just like that, you've got it. You now know how to move from those simple, choppy sentences to building more sophisticated ones that show exactly how your ideas connect. That really is a new superpower.
So let's wrap it all up with this final cheat sheet. It's super simple. On the left, you've got your coordinating team. Their job, connect equal ideas to make those balanced, compound sentences. And on the right, you've got the subordinating team. They connect a supporting idea to a main one, building those more complex sentences. Getting this difference? Man, that is the key to mastering your writing flow.
And that really just leaves us with one final question. See, this isn't just some boring grammar rule. It's a real, practical tool you can use right now. So as you go about your day, how will you use both compound and complex sentences to make your writing, your emails, reports, even your texts more powerful and clear? Something to think about. Thanks so much for watching.